at that. Oh, it's a parade color. That is amazing. I like turtles and fish and animals and plants and Florida. Look at that waddle. Welcome to the camp. It is what it is. I'm in a good mood, man. Let me tell you, geeking out. Incredible webbing here. There's a toe. Ooh, that's a mouth. Ow! What's up, Frida? Do you think you can handle 2 more huge turtles in this pond? I'm not so sure. Do you guys want to see the turtles we have? We're gonna now show you the turtles that we're finding their forever home. This is really flipping cool. Are you ready? In the back of my Kubota, I have 2 huge water turtles that you guys are not gonna believe. They're rare, they're endangered, and they're gonna be living here at the camp. Now, where and what pond are they gonna inhabit? That's what we gotta figure out right now. Can't wait for you guys to meet them. All right, friends, so as I mentioned, we have some new turtles. We also have a 3rd turtle, a bonus turtle, if you will. And I'm really excited because I've been waiting for these guys to show up here for a long time. Now, we're here in Frida's pond, where, of course, we've got Frida, who's a Badager affinis. We've got the shovel-nosed catfish, the ribsaw catfish. We've even got some red-tailed cats in here. Frida's coming over. What's up, Frida? Do you think you can handle 2 more huge turtles in this pond? I'm not so sure. Frida's doing good. This pond's pretty happy at the moment. We've got those predatory fish. Plus, we also have 2 of the fly river turtles in here. Now, fly river turtles, even though they look cute and cuddly with those pig noses, they're actually pretty tough turtles. So I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to put 2 more kind of tough turtles. The turtles we have today, I'm gonna show them to you in just a second, don't worry. But the turtles we have today are also turtles that can become aggressive to other animals in the pond. So I don't think this pond is going to be the optimum place for them. Do you guys want to see the turtles we have? Okay, I don't want to keep you guys in suspense any longer. So we are going to be showing you first this awesome turtle. It's a painted river terrapin. Look at him! This is a male Badager borneensis, the Malaysian painted terrapin. Now, he's painted because you see that stripe on his nose? During breeding season, his shell and his nose turn white. He'll get pink on his nose, the rest of his flesh is white. A really, really cool turtle. We have some juveniles, plus we just recently got an awesome female, and she's living in the big pond. So we now have a male of this species, and my hope is that we'll be able to breed them. They're from Southeast Asia, as I said, Malaysia. They are, like I said, the painted river terrapin. These guys will lay their eggs up on the same beaches that sea turtles lay their eggs. They're a terrapin. So in the United States, when we say something's a terrapin, we mean an animal or a turtle that can go in brackish water, and sometimes they'll enter saltier water, but mostly they'll be in brackish water. They'll swim out around estuaries, around the river mouths, but this species will also swim back upstream into the freshwater areas and then come back out into the sea, come up onto the beaches and lay their eggs on the same beaches that sea turtles lay. So when the babies hatch, they all go back into the sea and then swim up the river mouths, and they spend most of their time growing up in fresh water. So this is cool. This is a relative of Frida's, because we have Frida, who are Badager, affinis, and Diego. They're the Royal River terrapin. So they have a similar size, similar shape, similar habitat as well, but they're found in a different location. But this is really, really cool. So this animal came from a zoological institution, as are the next 2 animals we have, which you're gonna love this. It's so unique. But anyway, basically these animals are no longer on exhibit. So they're gonna come live here at Kamp Kenan because we have the space and the know-how, and we got the right habitats for them. So I just wanted to kind of see working out where I'm gonna put them, what's gonna be most suitable for them. So you're gonna come along with me and we're gonna look at my options. So we looked at Frida's pond. I'm not so sure I wanna put them there, but we're gonna now show you the turtles that we're finding their forever home. This is really flipping cool. Are you ready? Here they are. Here is one anyway. Check this thing out. Is that beautiful? This is a Nile softshell turtle. These are found throughout the Nile River drainages, throughout sub-Saharan Africa. They are a large species. You can see my hand. They get a little bit bigger than this. They are Trionyx tringus. They're also found and actually endangered in parts of the Mediterranean basin where they're also found. They can be found near Israel, Syria, parts of the Middle East. But of course, because of habitat loss and habitat degradation, those animals aren't as abundant as they used to be. Also, as you can see, they're a large-sized animal, okay? Soft-shell turtles, even here in the United States, they're kind of tasty for people. So people have fished them out. Fishermen also, when they don't eat them, they want them gone because they'll eat their catches and they'll eat fish off their lines and so on. But these guys are really unique, really big, very interesting. Look at this soft back here. Oh, so this is a really cool. If you felt it, it's so smooth. The smoothness, and there's even these little segments. I mean, you can just see this really cool pattern. Here's where their ribs are. This is bony, covered by skin, and then their marginals are actually really, really flexible. And that's because of their habitat. These guys live in muddy bottoms, slow-moving or fast-moving riverine systems, oxbows, marshes. They really inhabit almost all freshwater habitats. And similarly to the painted river terrapin, they can tolerate some saline in the water, so you may find them along brackish areas of the Mediterranean as well. But we're talking along northern Africa, around Egypt, up through Israel, into Syria, but not much on the northern side of the Mediterranean. So these guys are cool, just like our soft shells here, or other soft shells. They have long necks, a sharp beak. They also have that snorkel nose, and that snorkel nose is going to help them kind of sniff out things. They can smell underwater. They'll protrude their head above water, get a breath with their snorkel, and then go back to hiding. They'll cover themselves in the silt or sand or mud, and then just stick their eyes and nose up. And usually what they like to do is be in shallower water when they're under the mud. Then they can just telescope their head up, like a periscope rather, and they can kind of look around. They can kind of get a breath and go back down to being cryptic and hiding. And you can see they kind of could look like mud or the sand, and that's how they'll catch prey as well. They'll eat fish, crayfish, other turtles. They'll eat small invertebrates. They'll eat all kinds of things, some vegetable matter, but mostly these guys are going to be carnivores. They'll take pellets. They are incredibly powerful swimmers as well. We know that because they can live in the Nile River. It's a fast-moving river at times. They can swim against the current. You got to be tough. You got to be strong. And they're going to share that habitat with crocodiles and other predators. So they've got to be fast to get out of the way of danger. So really, really cool animals. Big animal. I think this is a good-sized turtle. And you don't see a lot of them in the United States. There's just not a lot in the private community. So the next place I was thinking we could possibly put them, but I'm not 100% sure, is over here in our recreation pond. But you know, I gotta be honest, let's look. We do have fly rivers in there. We also have some big river turtles too. We have the Amazon river turtles, Podocnemis expansa, and I'm not quite sure we're gonna do it here. But here it is. I'm just thinking 2 more giant turtles. I think we're getting close to being a little bit overcrowded, and I definitely don't want to do that. Of course, we've got some cichlids recently. You could see them schooling around doing their thing. We've got the 4 giant river turtles at the bottom. I don't know, guys. I think the best place for these turtles, look at all the cichlids, by the way. It's a whole trail. It's a trail of cichlids. Oh, so cool. It would be cool to have them in with African cichlids, right? Because these are fish that they would normally see in the wild. But I don't think with the rocky bottom, I'm not 100% sure this is where we should put them. So again, cichlids, anybody? Are you guys stoked? We're talking about African turtles. How about African cichlids swimming by? Look at that. Oh, it's a parade of color. That is amazing. I'm so happy. I like turtles and fish and animals and plants. and Florida. Okay, you know what we're gonna do though? Here's what I was planning. I'm gonna be a little, I'm gonna tell you a little, I've been fibbing a little. I knew where I was gonna put these guys. I just kind of wanted to show you the options we have here and work it out in my head. This is what I think needs to happen. We need to put them in this big, large, beautiful, natural bottom pond that we have. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I planted some coconut palms over there. They're looking good. They're going to grow out over the pond, provide some shade. Maybe we'll have some of our iguanas will be living there, jumping off the coconut palms into the thing. Oh, it'd be awesome. That would be so cool. In fact, in a few years when they're growing up over the pond, I'll climb up the coconut palm and jump off into the pond as well. But here's why this is going to be a good situation. Number one, the painted river terrapin male, okay, he's going to come live in here with the female. That's number one. Number two, we've got this nice sand that they can lay eggs on. We've got beachy areas over there and over here. So we've got a sandy area. And then, as you know, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you watched me reform that bank and demuck a lot of this. Well, we're going to have a nice natural bottom for these turtles to just kind of hide in. The other thing is, since they're aggressive to other turtles and each other at times, what I think would be best is to put them in water that looks a little bit like chocolate milk. Why this is good? The water's clean, the water's of good quality, but it's got a lot of substrate floating around, a lot of sustained clay and things like that. So it's a little murky. It's murky water. So what'll happen is, if there's an encounter with two turtles, they get annoyed at each other. They only need to go 3 or 4 feet. They can't see each other anymore. So that's good. So as long as the water quality is good, that's going to be good as well. The other turtles in here, we should be in good shape. I'm really, really excited. So what we'll do is, let's head back over. I think we're going to sneeze, but we're going to head back over, and we're going to start bringing over the Kubota to our big pond, and you know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna let these guys go. I was chosen to keep these animals because of that large pond, because it's a good habitat, because I'm far enough south. We don't really run into a lot of freezes here. These turtles are hardier because sometimes it'll get a little bit cooler, similar to Florida, in the northern extent of this animal's range. So that's good. So I'm not really worried about these guys freezing to death or anything like that. So I think they can take the temperatures during the winter here in the big pond, which is key. You know, we don't want to worry about these guys, being that they are kind of a rare species. We'll have a couple more coming in the weeks to come as well. So that's neat, man. I'm really excited. Let's turn this sucker on. Let's go for a ride. We're riding, people. Lots happening. Lots going on. Say hello to the radiated tortoises. Good times, good times. All right, let's go around the Kamp Kenan vehicle. This is it. I like it. I like it. All right, friends. I have been waiting for this day because these are really cool. If you're a turtle nerd like me, which I think you may be, that's much better, isn't it? Yeah, then you're excited too if you're a turtle nerd to see these turtles. But the best thing is, it's not like just getting random turtles. These are turtles that needed a home. So let's do it. All right. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. Let's get this Batagur borneensis or borneensis. I don't know, it's confusing because I also have Orlidia borneensis. I think I'm saying it right. Turtle nerds, correct me down below. We have Batagur borneensis and Orlidia borneensis or something like that. Whatever. But I don't speak Latin. I speak Kenan. Oh, look at this turtle. These, oh, this is going to turn white. That gets darker. And look at this. Yes, he's showing off. That'll turn bright pink during the breeding season. And the best part is, there is a girl in there somewhere. There's a little lady swimming around all alone in the turtle pond. Just looking around thinking, oh, this is nice, but kind of looking for a man. I don't know. I hear you. We're all looking to complete each other, and hopefully he'll complete her. Hey, That's an ahinga, or a snake bird. Okay, here we go. Let's pull this chubby little guy out. Handsome creature, man. Look at that. You are handsome. Do you guys like this or what? This is a bad looking dude. You are beautiful. Beautiful skin. They're gonna do well with that muddy bottom. These guys like it. This is beautiful, my God. And we will see these turtles again, because as I throw food out, they're gonna eat it. They're gonna get used to me. When he opens his mouth, you see the serrated, his beak or rampatheca is serrated there. He's got a cutting edge. They're not teeth, they're just serrations on the beak, or rampatheca. That is another word, or another word for beak. So very, very cool. Let's put him down. See if he can figure out which way is the water. Look at this, he's going right to it. There's no wasting time. It does the heart good. I love it. Meanwhile, there's Bua and one of our Hiosemis grandis coming over here. See how these turtles get really friendly in this pond? Even though the pond's huge, if you're around enough, if you're always floating about, the turtles get used to you. You can see a little bit better. The shoreline's looking good over there. We're gonna have more plants. I just want to get these plants, or these coconut palms, established. We're gonna get a smaller fence that's gonna be about 2 foot tall, just beyond the coconut palms, and we're gonna kind of keep the turtles closer to the pond, so it's gonna be a lot easier for me to keep track of the eggs and things like that. So that's gonna be exciting too. That's coming soon. Bua, how you doing, little boo? Little boo, little boo. She's a Florida red belly, cooter. All right, now they think they're getting fed. I should bring some food out here later. Maybe we'll do that also. This pond is getting more and more interesting. I love that we did the work to it. I think it just makes it a much better and inviting area aesthetically. We're gonna be getting this platform done soon, I promise. It's getting done real soon, and then we'll be able to sit and enjoy the scenery and feed the turtles from that platform. But now, I'm gonna need both hands. So we're gonna pull out our first Nile softshell. Let's get a good look at this animal. We'll pull it out. I'll show you a little bit about its physiology. And it's just such an interesting species. Whenever you're dealing with softshell turtles, they are just really, really cool. They're unique, and I love having them here. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick it up and I'll bring it over to you. Holy smokes. Oh, it's heavy. And you got to be careful with soft shells, because soft shells can cut you, they can claw you, and they can also bite you pretty good, because they've got a hard beak underneath these fleshy lips that they have. But you can see the plastron is well developed, all right, but it is soft. So we got to be careful, because I am getting ripped up by this guy's claws on his back legs. So you got to grab them in a certain area. They're also slippy. They're very slippy. Holy smokes, look at this turtle. This turtle's awesome. Let's go, friends. Oh, this is nuts. Oh, he's cutting me. Oh, he wants in that water. Hold on. Oh my God, oh, careful, buddy. Don't cut the hand that is gonna be feeding you. Oh my gosh. Oh, easy does it, my friend. Oh, easy does it. They're also fast, so he's probably gonna get into that water really quick. Holy smokes, look at that waddle. Welcome to the camp. Oh, I hope to see you again soon. I hope we see him real soon, actually. Did I cut my finger? Just a little bit. All right, that's awesome. So that guy kind of went pretty quick. It is what it is. Let's go. I'm in a good mood, man. Let me tell you, geeking out. Turtle talking. Okay, we're gonna save these. I like it. Next up, move this one back here. Now let's get the next turtle dialed in. Awesome. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pick this one up. I'm gonna put you guys in my mouth here. Oh yeah, good deal. Okay. Okay. Well, look at these large, almost like a paddle. Look at that, like almost like a fly river turtle. Just incredible webbing here. There's a toe. Ooh, that's a mouth. Ouch! Go ahead, get going. Look at your new home, man. Holy smokes, this is so beautiful. So this soft, muddy bottom is gonna be nice on this soft shell, yeah? So they don't have to worry about too many rough things scratching them. But here it goes. This is it, friends. This is the last turtle for now. But I think we learned a lot about Trionyx tringus, the Nile softshell turtle. Get in that water, kid. Get on down. Welcome to the town. Oh, look, he's just stalling out. Females, by the way. Good to see you. What are you doing? Are you good? You're in an awkward position? Are you gonna move? Look at this back leg. That back leg. That's so cool. Look, it's literally just looking around. Oh my gosh, I'm tempted to throw you guys underwater. Here you go. So this is interesting. This one's just hanging out right here. Hey, get moving. Look at that. All right, dude. And that's that. It's still right there. You can just make it out. But that's amazing, man. I'm so pumped. And just in the nick of time, because it's raining again here. Little rainy days. All right, friends. There you go. That's my softshell turtle extravaganza. Nile softshells here at the camp. Super cool. Really psyched that we have this huge pond. Now, remember, when I moved here in 2004, this was the whole reason I bought the house. Right here. Didn't care about the house. I saw this pond, and I was like, yo, this is where I'm gonna live. And now here we are, 21 years later, fish are jumping, turtles are turtling, and I appreciate each and every one of you that watches these videos. If you guys want to support the channel even more, go to patreon.com/Kamp Kenan for more exclusive content, behind the scenes action, and a live chat with me every single Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Look, turtles over there, palm trees, cypress tree island. I think these turtles are gonna be thrilled. I love it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.